Hey guys, Wellesley here, back again with another deck profile. I know what you guys are thinking. Well, we actually uploaded it again. That's crazy. Yeah, it is. It actually is. But I just wanted to upload something just different for you guys. But don't worry, I'll be consistent and being more consistent with my content as the year goes along. So today's video, obviously a deck profile of my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. So I have actually acquired last week the new Blue Eyes structure deck. I'll put on the screen for you guys to have a look. And I thought it was actually a pretty interesting structure deck, and I thought might as well just update my Blue Eyes deck. But don't worry guys, my Danger Dark Lord deck will come next year. I'll do a profile video on that once it's fully upgraded. I'm trying to get all the cards currently for me to be able to upgrade it, but don't worry, that video will come next year. It's just not right now. Anyway, today's video, deck profile of my Blue Eyes White Dragon with some new support cards. So obviously you gotta have 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. And you're not a Kyber fan or not a Kyber Blue Eyes White Dragon player if you don't have 3 Blue Eyes. So that's what I have here. 1, 2, 3. 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. I have 1 Jet. So basically what it does is other cards you control cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. You can use this once per turn. You can activate them while Blue Eyes White Dragon is on the field or in your graveyard. If a card is on the field that is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. If it was there when the card was destroyed or hand, even if not, at the end of the damage step, if this card battles, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. Pretty good card, but unfortunately it bricks, so 1 will do. Next, I have Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon. This one was actually in the structure deck. And if this card is normal summoned, you can add 1 ritual spell or polymerization from your deck to your hand during the end phase. You can add 1 level 8 or higher dragon monster from the deck to the hand. You can banish this card from the graveyard, or level 8 or higher dragon monster you control. Gain 1,000 attack. You can use this once per turn and can only activate this while Blue Eyes White Dragon is on the field or graveyard. Pretty good card. Unfortunately, it is also a brick, but pretty good nonetheless. Alright, the next cards that I'm about to show you is also a really good card in terms of consistency with the deck. It is 3 Sages with the Eyes of Blue. Basically what it does is when it's normal summoned, you can add 1 light tuner from your deck to your hand except Sage with the Eyes of Blue. You can discard this card and target 1 effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard. If you do, special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon. And if you do, special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your deck. You can use this once per turn. Pretty good card if you ask me, and it's a good searcher. Next card is actually another from the structure deck that is new, and it's a new support, which is Maiden of White. So basically what she does is you can send this card from the hand or field to the graveyard. Place 1 true light from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in your spell and trap zone. If you do, special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon. While this card is in the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card. When a card or effect is activated that targets this card on the field, or when this card is targeted for an attack, quick effect, you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon or level 1 light tuner from your graveyard. You can use this effect once per turn. It's actually a pretty good card. And it does a lot of stuff, which is pretty cool. Next, and obviously you have to play 1 Ancient and 1 Legend. These cards, are essential for the Blue Eyes deck. Next is Dictator of D. So what this does is, while you control a Blue Eyes monster, you choose the attack targets for your opponent's attacks. You can only use this once per turn. You can send one Blue Eyes White Dragon from their hand, deck, or graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. You can discard one Blue Eyes monster or one card that mentions it, and target one Blue Eyes monster in the graveyard. Special summon it. This is a good card for if you have a monster that's weaker and it targets it. You can choose the target for, say, a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and it attacks it instead. And if the opponent has 2500, for example, a monster that's 2500, he loses 500 life points because of this card. Its effect that targets one card to another, which is pretty good. Next, Neo Kaiser Seahorse. This is also one of those other good cards that Kaiba uses. So what it does is, if you control Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can target one light tuner you control, increase or decrease its level by 1. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can send one Blue Eyes monster or one monster that mentions it from the deck to the graveyard, except for this card. You can use this once per turn. So basically, it's a good tuner card for if you want to go into, like, say, Spirit, Azure, those type of cards. Pretty good. Obviously, you gotta run Chaos Max Dragon, because Chaos Max Dragon, it's like pretty strong. It's unaffected by card effects, and if it battles a defense monster, it inflicts piercing damage. So it does 4,000 plus a piercing damage. That's an extra 4,000. That's 8,000 in total. Pretty good. And for the last good monster, I have Bestial Magna Heart. So what that does is, you can target one light or dark monster in either graveyard, banish it, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. This is a quick effect if your monster controls a monster. If this card is special summoned, you can activate this effect during the end phase of this turn. Add one dragon monster from the deck or graveyard to your hand, except for this card. You can only use it once per turn. Pretty good card. And last of all, for the monsters, we have the hand traps. So you gotta have, obviously, 3 Ash Blossoms, because it's a really good hand trap, and it was also in the 3 structure decks that I've got. And Effect Failure, which is also in the structure deck. So they're good hand traps if you need them the most, and it helps you get through any potential problematic cards. Now on to the spells. These cards I'm about to show you is also from the new support for the Blue Eyes from the structure deck, Wishes with the Eyes of Blue. So what that does is, you can discard one card, add one light tuner, and one spell trap that mentions Blue Eyes from the deck to hand, except for this card. You can banish this card from the graveyard and target one Blue Eyes White Dragon you control. Equip one Blue Eyes monster from the extra deck to it as an equip spell that gives it 400 attack. You can use this once per turn. Pretty good card. Pretty good searcher as well. Next is Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons. So what that does is, you can special summon in defense position one Blue Eyes monster from your deck, graveyard, or banishment. But if you control no Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can only special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon with this effect. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except for dragon monsters, which isn't a problem because most of my extra deck is dragon monsters. You can banish this card from the graveyard, fusion summon one fusion monster from the extra deck using monsters from the hand or field, including Blue Eyes monsters. You can use this once per turn. Pretty good card. Next, Mausoleum of White. It's a good card because it lets you During the main phase, you can normal summon on level 1 light tuner in addition to your normal summon, which is pretty good. You can only gain this effect once per turn. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster you control, send one normal monster from the hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, the targeted monster gains attack defense equal to the level the monster sent to the graveyard times 100 until the end of this turn. Even if this card leaves the field, you can banish this card from the graveyard and add one burst streak of destruction from your deck to hand, which I don't run because it's not as good. Obviously, we've got to have ultimate fusion to be able to fusion into burst or neo or giant dragon. Obviously, we got to run one of chaos form to be able to play chaos dragon, Raigeki and Harpy's feather duster, board breakers. Got to have them, very essential. And the last card for the spells is Monster Reborn. You're probably wondering why you're running that. Well, you see, with Abyss Dragon, you can use the Monster Reborn to special summon this, and then it adds a ritual spell or polymerization from your deck to hand during the end phase, which is pretty good. For the traps, True Light, obviously you got to run one, so it's unaffected by card effects. You can use either of the two effects. The first one is special summon a blue eyes from your hand, or if you use the second effect, you get the spell or trap from your deck and you place it face down on one of the spell or trap zones. Ultimate Creature of Destruction, it protects one blue eyes card for that turn. It's unaffected. Also, with True Light, I can get this card and place it face down, set on the field, which is pretty good. Next is Destined Rivals. So basically, if you control a blue-eyed white dragon or dark magician, negate the effect of all face-up monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. You can activate this once per turn, which you can also use True Light to be able to place that face down, set on the field. This is one of the other new supports, Majesty of the White Dragon. So what it does is you can show up to 3 blue-eyed white dragons from your hand, face up on the field or graveyard, then destroy an equal number of cards your opponent controls. You can banish this card from the graveyard, ritual summon one ritual monster from the hand by attributing blue-eyed white dragon from your hand or field, whose total levels equal to its level. You can use this once per turn, which is pretty good actually. And for the very last cards, Infinite Impermanence. Gotta have 3 Infinite Impermanence. It helps. So what that does is you can target one face-up monster your opponent currently controls, negate its effects until the end of this turn. Then, if this card was set before activation and it is on the field at resolution for the rest of this turn, all other spell trap effects in this column are negated. If you control no cards, you can activate this card from the hand. Pretty good card. And now that's pretty much it for the main deck. Now on to the extra deck. For the extra deck, we have Blue-Eyed Tyrant Dragon, which is really good with one of the cards that lets you use it as a equipped spell. You can use either of the fusion summon for equipped spells. I think one of them does all the other stuff in the graveyard, which is pretty cool. But yeah. So what it does is, obviously you need 2 blue-eyed white dragon monsters. It must be either fusion summoned or special summoned from the extra deck by trading one blue-eyed white dragon equipped with a fusion monster, unaffected by trap or effects. Can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each, once per turn at the end of the damage step. If this card battled, you can target one trap in the graveyard, set it. So say if it battles a card, I can say if True Light was in the field, Say if True Light was in the graveyard, I can bring it back on the field, and then I'd be able to activate it when I'm allowed to. So pretty good. Next is Twin Burst. So basically, obviously you need 2 blue eyes. It must be fusion summoned or special summoned by sending the above monsters you control to the graveyard. Cannot be destroyed by battle. This card makes up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase at the end of the damage step. When this card attacks an opponent monster, but the opponent's monster was not destroyed by battle, you can banish that opponent's monster, which is pretty good. Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate. Obviously you need 3 blue eyes. So what it does is, at the end of the damage step, if this is the only face-up card you control, and this fusion summon card attacked, you can send 1 blue eyes fusion monster from the extra deck to the graveyard. This card can attack again in a row. You can use this effect of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon up to twice per turn. During either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that targets Blue Eyes monster you control, you can banish this card from the graveyard. Negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. Big card. Next, I'm running 2 Azure. So what Azure does, what it requires is 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. When this card is special summoned, dragon monsters you currently control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects until the end of the next turn. Once per turn, during the standby phase, you can target 1 normal monster in the graveyard, special summon that target. Pretty good. So, say if you had this on the field, and once per turn, the standby phase, you can normal summon a Blue Eyes, and if Maiden of White is in the graveyard, that's special summoned as well. So, pretty good. Next, Dragon Spirit of White. What it requires is 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner Blue Eyes monster. Neither player can special summon 2 or more monsters at the same time once per turn. When an effect or of a card in the graveyard is activated, quick effect, you can negate the activation, quick effect. You attribute this synchro summon card, special summon 1 Light Dragon 2 synchro monster. You contribute the synchro summon card, special summon 1 Light Dragon synchro monster from the extra deck in defense position, except Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, but destroy at the end of the end phase of this turn. Pretty good card. This one is another from the structure deck. It is the Blue Eye Spirit Ultimate Dragon. Just a bit of an upgrade to the Spirit Dragon here, but so it requires 2 tuners plus 1 non-tuner Blue Eyes monster. Your opponent cannot banish cards from the graveyard. You can only use this following effect of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon once per turn. When a card or effect activates on the field, quick effect, you can negate the activation. If you do, this card gains 1000 attack until the end of this turn. If this card is destroyed by battle card effect, you can special summon 1 Light Dragon monster from the graveyard, except for this card. Pretty good card. And obviously I'll be running Supernova Dragon, because it's a really good card. Also we'll be running Photo Lord and Titanic, because they're really good cards, because this one negates, and this one you can negate a spell card and then it sucks it up, so pretty broken. This is the second to last support card from the structure deck, Indigo Eyes Silver Dragon. So what it does, it requires 2 level 8 dragon monsters. Cannot attack directly unless this card has a normal monster as material, which I always do because of Blue Eyes. So if I have Blue Eyes, the normal one, I can XYZ summon to make this. So it's pretty easy. I can use each of the following effects of Indigo once per turn. If this card is XY summoned, you can negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls. You can detach 1 material from this card and target 1 normal monster in your graveyard or banishment. Special summon it, and if you do, it gains 1000 attack, which is pretty good. This is the very last card from the new structure deck and the new support cards is Spirit with the Eyes of Blue. So it requires 1 level 4 or lower dragon or spellcaster monster. You cannot special summon except dragon monsters. You can only use the following effects of this card once per turn. If this card is link summoned, you can take 1 Mausoleum of White from the deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. You can tribute these cards, special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from the hand or graveyard. But if you're special summoned an effect monster from the graveyard by this effect, he cannot attack and its effects are negated, which, yeah, it's alright, but it's pretty good if you want to get that Mausoleum of White. And the very last card, obviously, is Heretic Seal. So it requires 2 dragon monsters once per turn. If this card is in the extra monster zone quick effect, you can target tribute 1. So what it does is, once per opponent turn, if this card is in the extra monster zone quick effect, you can tribute 1 monster from the hand or field, return 1 face-up card on the field to the hand. If this card is tributed, please special summon 1 dragon monster from the hand or deck and make its attack defense 0. You can only use this once per turn, which is, yeah, okay. Now that's all for the extra deck and the main deck. Now to show you my test hand and what combo to use. Alright guys, so now for the test hand. So first I'm gonna do is pile shuffle my cards just to make sure they're all at random. So I'm just gonna speed through it. I'm gonna just shuffle them up like this and like do a quick. I've been practicing this for a long while. I don't know how good it is, and whatever cards that I do drop, I'll just put them back down to the bottom, just to make it like fair. And yeah, next year we'll definitely be doing tournaments, my mini tournament with my friend, and I think I'll just win in general because by that time I'll have my Danger Dark World deck up and running, so it'll be pretty good to see it in action again because I haven't played it in a long while, so I need to like catch up a little bit on the combos. And yeah, so I think it's pretty much all shuffled up right now. I'm just gonna a couple more, and then I'm just gonna cut. And then I'll put my extra deck over here, and I'm going to draw. Alright, draw. Cut here. Alright guys, so I've done with the shuffling, and alright guys, so now let's draw. Yeah, not bad of a hand. I can do a lot with that actually. So obviously I would first activate Maiden from the hand to discard it, and then I can add this to my field like that, and then I'll play Wishes. This lets me discard my Blue Eyes to be able to get 1 level 1 Kuna, which I'll get this, and 1 Spell Trap. which I choose this. I'll add those to my hand. And I'll play Sage, which activates and lets me get another level 1 tuner monster. White Standard Ancient to my hand, and then add this card face down, and then I can use the effect of this to special summon this card, and then because Blue Eyes was summoned, this special summons. Next, I link summon into Spirit of White. Spirit of White activates, so it lets me get a Mausoleum of White from my deck to my hand. So, and then I'll activate it. It lets me do another small summon legend, and then I'll synchro summon Spirit, and then I end my turn. So that's pretty much the board. So I have Spirit with the eyes of blue, Spirit Dragon, my Maiden of White here, True Light, Mausoleum over there. Also have wishes I can actually use later on, and also because that was, I forgot, because that was discard, I get one Blue Eyes to my hand, so I'll get Abyss to my hand. So I have Abyss, Ash Blossom, and Effect Veil in my hand. So that's pretty much my combo. I could like draw, and then I can play Raw, and it lets me special summon one Blue Eyes monster from my deck, graveyard, or banishment. So I can like bring back my Blue Eyes, for example, in defense. So that's the combo that I have. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, turn post notifications, make sure to click all to get notified for when I upload. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I see you guys, I guess, next time. Peace.